On last week's episode, we sailed into Cienfuegos, Cuba. We visited the main town and it was like taking a step back in time to the 50s. And then we went to Trinidad, nearby, where there was so much culture, I was in shock. We also met Eddie Murphy's long-lost son playing in a band. We waited in a queue for almost 7 hours to get fresh veggies and fruit, and then finally we checked out with our destination being Jamaica. But of course we were going to stop along the way on some of the loneliest islands of the Caribbean. Dyneema rigging needs to be tuned. It creeps or stretches about an inch on 50 feet in 10 years or so. So half a turn here and there is required. I think it creeps a bit more than that though, but I'm still happy with it, replacing the stainless steel because no one makes good stainless steel anymore. Sally again. Geez, quite cold. I've got my jumper on. Bye-bye, Cienfuegos. Hello, Jardines de la Reina. Apparently supposed to be awesome. I can't wait. Jardines de la Reina translates to the Gardens of the Queen. Sounds dreamy. This should be an easy passage. We're in the lee of the reefs and islands, and we know from previous episodes that the predominant wind is going to be northeast to east northeast. These winds are generally from midnight to say about noon. Ideally it would have been better to do it from midnight since we would have guaranteed arrival the next day, but we were tired from being at the market for so long. What we have to watch out for is the wind veering to the east, and if it is a hot day, then the sea breeze will kick in the afternoon and be directly on the nose. So as soon as we can't maintain our parallel course with the reef and islands, then we will simply head into the mangroves and anchor up until the next day. There are plenty of options. Well, we'll make it up as we go along. But first, we need to get out of Cienfuegos harbour.
Are you doing one of your needs?
Margarida!
Is that number one or number two?
Why would I be doing a number one like this? Margarida! The benefits of going in a toilet like this is you get a suntan at the same time. Bugger about the Dodger. Too many jobs, not enough dosh, and too little time. We got a bit of a sail ahead. The next safest port or anchorage, we don't want to go to the port because if we go to a port,
we are screwed.
Yeah, we have to check in and check out, and they'll go, why are you here for? Why? And we don't want that. We've heard some nightmare stories. So we've got 55 miles to cover in 10 hours. That's for us to get in with a bit of light still so we can pick our way through the reef. So we've got to average close to 5.7 knots. So I'd rather it was 5, but anyway, we got delayed by an hour because the port captain, he was asleep, and he wanted extra toilet time. We didn't make it too far and anchored amongst the mangroves with perfect protection from the blustery northeast winds expected later that night. We started super early the next day. Well, we didn't quite make it yesterday. It's very bizarre. I haven't had this happen before. So we had northeast and then it died, and literally 1 minute later it was southeast, and that's the direction we were going. So we had to turn back a bit and we had to make our way into the mangroves. So we've got another 50 mile to do today, but this one's easy because there's 3 or 4 stops, or 3 stops, or 2 other stops besides our destination that we can stop at. So the other one was a bit tricky. We just had to drive by field just to get up into the mangroves, where we had 1.7 feet under us, so that was good enough. So let's see if we can get there today. We're just going through the reef now. I can barely see, but I've actually got our friend Sonjari, that's the boat Sonjari, I've got his track, so I'm close to that, and I'm just following the markers, so I can't see any reef, so I think it's okay. I can see some markers ahead, so alright, we're good. For once, we've got the wind. Well, I wouldn't say it's after the beam, it's at 80 or 75, but it's so much better than 35 or 42. I mean, it's just such a nice feeling to go fast, there's no hammering. So hopefully with this, we'll be there in about 6 hours. Bloody beautiful conditions. We've got the reef about 3 miles that way protecting us. What do we got? 1.5 feet of chop, and that's it. Bloody awesome. Now, I'm no expert, but that sky looks like we got some strong wind in 24 to maybe 36 hours. So we need to get in today, because then we can enjoy the bliss of a nice calm anchorage. Haven't had fish in, what, 5-6 days? Like crazy talk. We're getting to the point where we're getting a bit overpowered. Margarita's having a sleep, don't want to disturb the little princess. But we're sort of we're at 80 or 90 degrees for wind, so hopefully we're going to hit the reef. So I'm going to peel off another 10 or 15 degrees, and then it'll be off the wind, so it'll take all the pressure off and it should be okay. But it was all okay because the wind died soon after. But we were there, people, and it was paradise. My type of paradise with no one around. I can see paradise here, and the water is as clear as all hell, so I can't wait to get in. What about you, Margarida? She just loves these tiny isolated islands without culture. This place stretches for almost 80 miles in a southeast direction. So much to explore, but then I found out some news. The good news is we can anchor here and not be bothered. However, the bad news is that almost the entire Jardines is off limits. The reason is that these are special fishing grounds for very rich tourists that pay up to $2,000 per day to come and fish here. There are even some floating hotels for them too. Tarpon is an excellent game fish for them, as well as some others. And the people that run these tours no doubt are paying their way to the politicians, and they don't want a yacht staying here for $2 per day and wrecking the ambience for the fishermen that pay an arm and a leg. We can't even go to the all-weather anchorage just around the corner in the same KO group because apparently the masts can be seen from one of the hotels. Bugger me, but that's okay. There are a bunch of KOs and islands in the middle of the bay that we can check out, so it's not so bad. And there's also plenty of reef here. That's some really nice clear water. That's real clear water, as opposed to the other kind that we are familiar with. Total isolation, people. Nothing to admire but nature for miles and miles. Well, except for that guy that just turned up and parked right next to us. He wanted to look at the nature on our boat, I guess. A barracuda was hanging around, so I thought I would observe how they attack fish, people. That's right, it's science time with yours truly, the Bucket Chemist. Remember, we are a learning vlog, out to find the truth. I know what you're thinking, people. Clearly the barracuda either has good eyesight or understands the laws of physics, since when the fish was on the line, he really was suspicious, so he could either see the line or deduce from its movement or lack thereof that there was something attached to the fish, possibly a potential hook to snare him with. Very clever. But when there was no line, he definitely came closer, even though I was right there filming. Excellent, still enough for dinner. I returned and there I found my Statue of Liberty. She has all the liberty. I don't know where mine went, probably in her purse, people, along with all my other bits.
No, hold it higher. You need to get on your tippy toes and you'll get better reception.
They say get a clear view of the sky.
Yeah, I'm saying, and if you get a little bit higher, it'll be even clearer.
Well, there's no need for that.
I just received half message of my mom. I need to receive the other half.
Yeah, a little higher.
Well, why don't you come? Because you higher.
Margarida, I'm joking. It doesn't make a
No,
difference.
and I'm joking back at you.
Oh, okay. Good.
Oh, okay.
Top stuff. Keep up the good work.
Margarida just loves being in the floaty, but I soon found out she had an encounter with a barracuda too.
Why aren't you in your floaty?
Because that was an annoying barracuda that kept surrounding me. That was okay until she started coming closer and closer to my bum. And I kept,
Were you naked?
yeah, pumping my feet, and she was still coming and attacking.
I don't think the pumping of the feet, she might think it's
What?
a struggling fish.
No.
Alright, so what's your solution? You move the tube from this side and you what? Gonna put it on this side?
Yeah, but that's not the solution. There's another boat there, and the wind changed, so he's gonna see me.
Oh, you don't want to be seen naked.
No.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
gonna show my bits around.
Alright. Well you go jump in, I'll keep an eye out and try and spear it.
I'm gonna have my gun outside if she comes again.
Alright.
Yeah.
But if you hit it, it's going to go off like a bullet. They're very strong.
I just need to hit it on the head. Right.
But without a mask.
Ah, good point. Yeah. No, but I'll have to come up to pick the gun and I'll pick the mask.
Alright.
No?
Alright. Is she still there?
Oh,
She's probably
she might
on the
be.
side of the float.
No, I took the float up so she might stay there because she was like hypnotized by the float.
Wow, subtly coming through.
But she might hang below near the keel.
Yeah, she probably is below near the keel.
That's where she is. But as soon as I jump, she's gonna come.
Well, you do have a good looking bottom.
Yeah, but it's not for a barracuda.
Yeah. I wouldn't hold it against the barracuda. Where's my cozzy?
I don't know.
I don't want to go in naked with that barracuda.
You go. She like that warm. She think this is a nice bait, and then she'll.
Damn straight it's nice bait, people. Very large meal. Not kind of an hors d'oeuvre or anything like that.
Don't be so cocky.
Anyway, I'm going to go try and get a picture. I'm just going to go naked and make it quick.
There you go, people, doing my manly duty of chasing away the barracuda. Just call me Lancelot. Not too close, though. I got my bits out in the weather, you see. You're safe. She's over that side, so just go over that side. I know what you're thinking, people. That plucky, he can solve any problem. And yes, you'd be right. Another day ends in paradise. Oh, baby! Smoked fish, my favourite. Smoked in the almost patented double sink with one inverted over the other trick. Financial backers applying for part ownership in the patent are welcome. But you better get in quick.
You saw us do it with orange. Although Margarida says that we did orange barbecued and smoked. I'm not sure about the smoked, but we're going to do it with grapefruit. We don't have anything else. Sometimes grapefruit is quite sweet, but this is pretty tangy, so we're going to have to put a bit of sugar or honey with it. But we're going to marinate it with grapefruit and a bit of sugar and salt. I'm going to leave this for a few hours and then we're going to smoke it. And as per usual, doing everything, the whole carcass, except the head. I cut all around the head because I experimented putting it on the trays and there wasn't enough room, so, and also not enough room in the height-wise department. So should be good. A few hours, we'll put it on and we'll let you know how it tastes. We're going to have it with these beautiful sweet potato we got from Cuba. It's like 20 cents a kilo. It's ridiculous. It's unbelievable. Actually, no, it was 10 cents a kilo. So we're going to have it with that. So it should be awesome. So stick around.
I light some of the wood and get it smouldering already at the base. That way I don't have to heat the sink so much at the bottom. The trouble is, it's burning too much.
What's the verdict? Come on.
It's good. It's a bit more
Be brutally honest.
soft than usually, but it's good. It's not too salty or too sweet like the other times. It's just a good balance.
You reckon?
Yeah, it's good.
I think you were just being nice. Anyway, that's good.
No,
Thank you, beautiful. You're wonderful.
you're welcome.